Sarah Beal's son was 4 years old when Child Protective Services placed him with her and her husband. Taken from parents who were drug abusers, her son had moved through several different foster homes because of his aggressive behavior.
There had been lots of domestic violence, disputes between his mother and her husband. He didn't know how to deal with his own aggression, and so he dealt with it the way that was modeled for him.
Thousands of children across Ohio are facing unprecedented challenges because of Ohio's heroin epidemic.
You know, there's no food in the home becomes deplorable, kids aren't going to school. We're also seeing children being trafficked for sex, or they're being abused with people coming in and out of the home.
Director of Hamilton County Job and Family Services, Moira Weir, says her workers are dealing with very difficult cases as they carry bigger caseloads than ever before.
The things that scare me is not having enough services to meet the needs of our families.
I've been a physician more than 30 years, and we've not seen anything else come through and hurt people like this.
Dr. Daniel Nelson of Cincinnati Children's Hospital works with children who've been abused and neglected by addicted parents.
If you've seen your parents hit each other, if you've been hit, if you've been sexually abused, you don't know where to turn, what's safe, what's not safe. So they end up with what we call post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD.
Adding insult to injury, many are moved from one foster home to another, often lingering in foster care longer than they should, some never being reunited with parents.
The needs that these kids have is extreme.
Angela Saucer is executive director of the Public Children's Services Association of Ohio. Social workers across Ohio have seen a big jump in the number of children being taken into protective custody because of parental drug addiction.
Significant impact. I mean, we're really in crisis here.
Saucer and the PSCIO commissioned a study to pinpoint heroin's impact on children. It shows half of the Ohio children taken into custody had a parent who used drugs. Nearly 30% of Ohio children removed from their homes had a parent using opiates, including heroin. These numbers have been steadily rising since 2010. While the number of children in state custody has been steadily climbing since 2009, money to help has been falling. The Children's Services Association says by 17% in the last 8 years. Ohio is dead last in the nation in child protection spending.
Our thought is we have not received any funding related to this opioid epidemic.
This is something that is not being discussed.
Senator Cecil Thomas of Hamilton County says the state budget making its way through the Ohio legislature includes no new money for child protective services.
I think it's critical that we not take a blind eye to the mere fact that there is a tremendous amount of children out there that are not getting the care that they need when the family falls apart due to drug addiction.
Thomas says the state needs to earmark dollars to attract federal matching funds, so he'll propose an amendment to the state budget.
I want every child in this community to be safe and to go to bed at night knowing that they're safe.
But it gets tougher to do every year, as Weir points out. The Hamilton County levy for Job and Family Services hasn't increased in more than 20 years. The number of children in custody here recently hit the 2,000 mark, an all-time high.
We need to be able to provide services to foster parents, to birth parents, to relatives as they're caring for these children to help them kind of heal.
Oh, it's good to be gentle with babies and learn how to take care of people, isn't it?
Much like this little boy, Sarah Beal's son found that healing in the Children's Hospital Therapeutic Interagency Preschool. TIP gets funding from several agencies to help children from birth through 5.
He is just really fun and very energetic and high-spirited.
Sarah's little boy is 8 now and a permanent part of her family.
By the time he was available for adoption, we couldn't imagine our lives without him.
She hopes more people will make the choice to open their minds and their homes to foster care. Sheila Gray, Local 12 News.